Hi Kayla, my name's Jessica and we've never met, but we have talked on the phone a couple times. And I know that when we do finally get to meet, we're going to get along really well. One, because we both love Nathan, and two, because we're both willing to put up with Nathan. And I think that it takes a very special person to be able to put up with Nathan. I love all my cousins, but Nathan is definitely someone that has a very special spot in my heart. He's always been the cousin that I've bantered with and teased, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you as well, Kayla. I've been waiting a really, really long time, and that is definitely going to be the highlight of my summer, is finally being able to meet you. I've been asked to share with you some things about Flims, and so I'm just going to share with you some of the things that I first think of when I think about Flims. The first thing that I think about when I think about Flims is definitely fun. The Flims love to have fun, and there's a lot of really funny traditions, stories, and memories that I have, especially with Nathan. And one of my first memories with Nathan involves one day he asked me to go on a walk with him through the woods behind their house, and I don't remember how old we were, but I remember him just grabbing my hand and saying, "Let's go," and we went on a walk through the woods, and we came to this house at the end of the woods, and no one was home, and Nathan suggested that we go in and look around. And I remember saying, "That's a terrible idea. We're going to get in trouble. Nobody's home." But Nathan was very adamant that we go in and explore this house. So we walked in, and I remember feeling a little worried, like it's kind of weird that we're just walking around these people's houses when they're not home. And I remember this worry turning to extreme fear when he opened the door and this pot-bellied pig came running out and started chasing us around the house, and we got in trouble later, and Nathan thought it was really funny, but it wasn't, and it was actually a really horrifying experience. But looking forward, it's definitely one of the most fond memories that I have, and you can look forward to a whole lifetime of those memories with Nathan. Another fun memory that I have with Nathan is one day I was really mad at him, and I honestly don't even remember why, but I'm sure I had a really good reason. And I walked into his room, and he was leaning out his window just really far, looking out at something. And so I seized the opportunity, and I went and just pushed him out head first. And I remember as I watched him fall, realizing what I'd done, and worrying that he'd break his neck or something worse. And I realized for the first time that I didn't know what I'd do without him. Like, I wouldn't have anyone to tease and bother. And so I was really relieved when he got up and started to yell at me about how I'd gotten his brand new white socks all dirty. And that was what Nathan was most worried about after being pushed headfirst out a window. So he's a little odd, but I know that you're well aware of that. Another thing that I think of when I think about Flims is big. They're a very big family. But Nathan tells me that you yourself come from a big family, so I know that will be no real difference to you. Another thing that I think about Flims, when I think about Flims, is they're very vain and full of themselves, and like, I'm just gotta make sure they can't hear me. The Flims are very proud of themselves, and I'm sure you know that. Like, Nathan and David and Jesse, they think they're awesome. And they're just very egotistical. And, like, we have this Facebook group, and you can only join it if you're born into it or marry into it. And, like, it's honestly a little bit weird. It's like a little cult. And, like, I've been dating Regan for 3 years now, and he's been around the Ontario Flims a lot. And he still thinks it's a little weird. So it's definitely unusual in a good way. And yeah, that's just another thing I think about when I think about Flims. And then another thing I think of is a family that loves the Lord. They're all very close. And I remember growing up feeling almost like my testimony was a little bit boring, because I had this family that we all grew up in the church, but I realize now that that's one of the most amazing testimonies, that the love of God is great enough to keep a whole extended family close to Him. And Nathan tells me that you and your family also love the Lord, and so I'm really excited for you guys. I pray for you both, that God would grow you closer to each other as you grow closer to the Lord, and that you would honor Him in your relationship. So Most of us have never met you, Kayla, but we already love you, and we are so excited to finally be able to meet you. I know I'm excited, and we'll see you soon.